Hello, good friends, and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions, where I review content and videos that I find interesting, then react and provide my commentary. If you would, please hit the thumbs up and like the video as you come in. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Feel free to hop into the comments or just sit back and listen. Whatever you decide, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Now, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. So today I wanted to go over to Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel here on YouTube and show you guys something that or several things actually, that he said about Shannon Sharpe. Now, I think that this was a very good, much needed read. And, anybody that this applies to can basically go ahead and, anybody that this applies to, can basically go ahead and get it, take it, do with it what you will, because these type of things, I think, are the things that really, really need to be said within the Black community, that either nobody is saying, or the people that are saying it aren't necessarily the right people to say it, the people where it's going to be actually taken to heart, and changes are going to be made because it's being said by the right people. So a lot of times these are the things that should be said by fathers, big brothers, uncles, pastors, respected men within the community, and they're not said, and they're either stayed away from altogether, or people are actually congratulated, fist bumped, and high-fived for going along these paths. And it's dangerous, it's destructive, it hurts the entire Black community. And I mean, everybody can keep doing whatever it is that they want to do, but if things are going to ever get better and change for the better for everybody, then people need to start making these changes. They need to start becoming aware. They need to start having some self-love and some self-respect, and listening, looking for voices if you don't have them already, listening to voices that will be honest and tell you these sorts of things. And then up and coming guys and people that have sons and people that have nephews and people that have influence within their own lives, communities, social media presences, and whatever other type of influence that you have, then this type of discussion right here needs to start being a priority. Basically, people need to start, stop being foolish and start telling the truth. And if people, they themselves stop being foolish, stop being a fool. Stop doing foolish things with yourself, your time, and your resources. And, take take things seriously, and then go spread that information to the guys, to the young men that you have some sort of influence over. So I really appreciate what Dr. Boyce Watkins is putting down here in this video. A few minutes into it, he starts kind of speaking directly to Shannon, and it gets rough, but hey, a football player, a man, a sports guy, somebody with a bit of age on them should be able to handle this type of talk, this type of conversation, and actually look at themselves if he is privy to getting a hold of what Dr. Boyce is telling him, but really could apply to any man, actually. Could apply, and especially black men. But if he's privy to being able to get this conversation, get this discussion, and get this message that Dr. Boyce is telling him, he might be able to salvage something for himself. But even if not, those coming along, any man hearing this, it's good. It's really good, and it's what's needed, in my opinion. So let's go over and let him say what he's got to say. Oh, but first, yeah, I'll go here and then I'll stop the music.
But do you know how many HBCUs would be able to educate 50,000 black youth over the next 20, 30 years with that $10 million? But yet you paying it off to this OnlyFans child, basically. Come on, man. She's a kid. You giving her all this damn money, and your community has wealth that is going down. Black wealth is declining. The black community's wealth is dropping, and you out here tricking off $10 million or more. It might be 20 or 30 by the time the lawsuit's done, to women because you can't control your sexual addictions. Now, I need y'all to consider this. Think about this for a moment. I need y'all to consider what I'm talking about when I say that if you don't manage your mental health or gain some sexual discipline, not only will you lose your wealth, but you will also lose your purpose. Shannon Sharpe he was a great man. He was a great athlete. He had one of the strongest media platforms in the entire black community. This man, I think, had a purpose bigger than whatever purpose he was fulfilling by hanging out with people that basically are kind of like digital porn stars. That's kind of what they are. I'm not making fun of OnlyFans models, but it doesn't take a lot of skill to go get naked on camera and do freaky, weird sexual stuff in front of thousands of people. And I'm gonna tell you, just from a personal standpoint, I was kind of surprised. I wasn't impressed by none of that. And I would just tell you that it makes me very, very sad. And these are the types of things that you see happen. It happens with athletes a lot, where you just say, man, bro, you had $100 million and you blew it all in the strip club. You spent it all at the casino. We done had all these damn rappers, all these black male athletes, all these black men that have made in ungodly amounts of money, and your community doesn't own any black owned banks. We ain't got no black automobile manufacturers. We ain't got no black school systems that are coming out of this. Like, what is your purpose, brother? Like, why do you exist? Why are you here? Like, what's the point of all this? Where's your, like, why did no one ever give you your purpose? And again, if you want to be the big dog, then the big dog does big things. The big dog comes out and elevates the community. The big dog helps the team win. And the team is your community, man. It's not some 21, some lady on OnlyFans who you started dating her. She wasn't even old enough to drink. You've been old enough to drink since probably about 1987 or 88. You've been able to drink since 87, 88. She wasn't born for another, 15, 20 years or something. I mean, this girl was born, 2020? The girl was born in 2004. Man, come on, dude. Like, this is just so no, I mean, here's the deal. I'm gonna give Shannon credit for the fact that he pulled off something that was very hard to do. When I saw, the amazing numbers he did on Club Shay Shay, I was impressed. I said, wow, he's getting it done. I don't know how he got 1 trillion views from the Cat Williams interview, but I was happy for them. But I think the question we have to ask is, what is your purpose, man? Your purpose has to be bigger than liquor, weed, and hoes. Like seriously, like is that your whole purpose, black man? Is chasing around the same ass that you've had full access to since the 1980s? Like there's nothing special about any of that. But what is special is being able to say I helped educate 100,000 black youth. What is special is saying that I pulled together an investment group and we created the first black automobile manufacturer. What is special is to say that, I married a black woman and built an amazing $1 billion empire that's going to feed my people for the next 5 generations. Like that's impressive. So to know that all that was thrown away and that you got some little girl out here running around with more money in her bank account than 99.9% of all black people on the planet is just very disappointing. I think we can do better. I'm a little saddened by that because I can almost forgive it to some extent if you're talking about a horny little 25-year-old NBA star. Anthony Edwards, same thing. He's going to have a lot of problems because he got about 5,000 babies mamas, but he's a kid. He's 24 years old, 25 years old. That's kind of an age where you're sort of stupid. Your brain is not fully developed yet, and nobody really mentored him properly. I can tell that. You're supposed to be the wise old man. You're supposed to be the wise. They call you Unc. Hey, Unc. Okay, I get called Unc too. I guess that's what the name for like old people. I don't mind being called Unc, but where I come from, the uncle is supposed.
And I'm gonna let him continue to go off, but I just wanted to break in here and say, you know what? I don't think Shannon Sharpe appreciates being that unk type. I can't cite a specific uh, video or time when I picked up on it, but that is something that I definitely picked up on. I think he is to the level of immaturity that he has zero appreciation for being like an elder, the guy that other guys look up to because he's been there, he's done that, he's older, he's wiser. I don't think Shannon Sharpe gives a flying flip about being called Unc. I think he resents it, and I think that's the space that he's coming from, like a super uh, level of in is it inferiority? I don't know what it is that I'm trying to say, but he comes from a level of immaturity. That's what it is. He's coming from a level of immaturity that he does not want to be identified as the Unk. And I can't tell you exactly where we could go back and find it. I'm sure I can. It's probably something that I heard kind of in passing on because I don't look at the him and Ocho Cinco, but I've passed by it enough and probably heard it being played by somebody else enough to where I picked up on that. He don't care nothing about that. He doesn't want to be an older, wiser mentor type of a character. He wants to be looked at as just as young and with it and whatever as I guess people that are the same age as this young lady right here. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of it, but let Dr. Boyce tell you what he's got to say. But I just had to put that in because I feel like he has a disdain for that unk thing. And I could be wrong, but I really don't think I am. I really don't think I am. I think he doesn't like it. He's just that immature to where he's not identifying himself with that place in any type of a community. He's not identifying with anything Dr. Boyce is saying. But I think it is something that will be good for him to hear, and anybody who is like him and behaving like him. I think it's good for all of them to hear, especially from somebody like Dr. Boyce. But let me get out of it.
To have some wisdom. The uncle's supposed to stop you from doing dumb shit. He's not supposed to be doing all the dumb stuff. Or if he does get caught doing the dumb stuff, he apologizes and says, this is beneath me. I'm fully ashamed for what I did. I take full responsibility. I'm going to grow as a result of this experience. He doesn't run around telling young boys that this is the way to trick off your millions of dollars, man. Do you understand that there are African villages where they won't even listen to a man talk if he does not take responsibility for some group of people? If he does not have a wife and children, they'll be like, shut up, you can't even talk. You're not even a man, you're a little boy. Did you know that? How many of y'all knew that? That there are some villages in Africa where they're like, how can you call yourself a man? Masculinity is when you are taking accountability for something. You're protecting something. You're providing for something. You're building something. You haven't built anything. All you're doing is run around chasing orgasms. That pleasure-seeking behavior, that's the behavior of boys. Consistent pleasure-seeking. When your whole life is nothing but liquor, weed, and women. And y'all remember there was this episode where, and I was kind of disappointed when Shannon went on ESPN. This is the part of the minstrel show that I don't enjoy. Do y'all remember the episode where Sharpe went on to ESPN, I guess because entertaining white people apparently is quite lucrative, and he comes in there with a do-rag on, and he has some Black and Mild. He was smoking Black and Milds and drinking liquor. Let me see if I can show. I got the picture. I want y'all to just see this because I feel like I kind of am saddened by this idea that we have 50-something-year-old men that haven't grown past this stage in life. So here's the image, right? Y'all remember this? Anybody remember this episode where he came on there and he was on with this white guy named Skip Bayless, and he apparently, I guess, in the Dr. Claude Anderson tradition of black male minstrel shows, comes out and literally says, I'm going to just fulfill every black male stereotype that you might have of us. So he's got the do-rag on, he's smoking the Black and Mild, he's pouring his liquor. And all of us have seen this, right? All of us got an uncle, who kind of looks like that, lives like that, right? And I had my uncles who did all that, the liquor, the weed, the do, all that, right? And so I'm not knocking it completely, but what I am saying is that a lot of those same uncles that I had were alcoholics, so they couldn't do shit for me. A lot of those uncles I had were so buried under bills and babies mamas and bad debts and bad decisions that they couldn't mentor me. A lot of those uncles, the Black and Mild smoking, liquor drinking, and again, I'm not making fun of anybody. If you like your Black and Milds, keep smoking. If you like your liquor, I'm not judging you, but I'm trying to tell you that my narrative, my experience as a young black male was that I had a real hard time finding grown men to look up to because I saw men 20 years older than me who were behaving like children. And here's the problem. But when you talk about this, you end up fighting with like an army of men who never learn what manhood actually looks like. They like, man, what? You being uppity, you being a snob, you being a no, man. Well, maybe it sounds uppity to you, but I call this setting a higher standard. You might think I'm being a snob, but I call this preparing yourself to be a productive member of society so that you can win for your family, man. You might think I'm being elitist by talking like this, but no, I want my kids to come home and see a grown-ass man, not a 50-something-year-old who thinks he's 25. I don't want to have to sit down and say, hey, I'd like to guide you, but I can't guide you because I can't guide myself. I don't want to be able to be like, well, I would help you, but I got 8 babies mamas and a prison record and one string of bad decisions, and my health is bad because I've been hitting the Black and Milds and the liquor and the chitlin, so my kidney's broken and da-da-da. I don't want to do it. Why can't we produce men that are strong, capable, honorable men who are in a position to truly lead a community? Why? And I'm going to tell you, this is racism. This is right. Malcolm X talked about this is racism. They keep the black man positioned as a little boy. Because ain't no white man. You can't find one white man anywhere on any national television network anywhere who pops on the show smoking Black and Milds, pouring his liquor, wearing a goddamn do-rag. How come you can't just analyze the sports? How come you can't just get on there and say, I think the Lakers are going to win in 5 because LeBron, da-da-da. No, you got to be a damn minstrel show. That's clown behavior. And the clown behavior is accentuated by the fact that you're about to trick off $20, $30, $40 million to a little girl who's going to have more money in her bank account because she's going to say, I got these Negroes because they're stupid and they don't have any discipline. They don't have any strategy. They don't know how to protect themselves. She was recording you the whole damn time, played you like a sucker. That's what she did. Made you look. Now you got great grandchildren that would be filthy rich if you had simply protected the ball. You understand that, Shannon. You are a football player. You know what it means to protect the damn ball. That's the first rule of playing sports. The first rule is protect the ball and win for your team. When it comes to black wealth, I'm not talking about the game of football. That's a child's game. I'm talking about the real grown man game of black wealth, black economics, black industry, the survival of black people, the survival of the black family, fighting for the black community. You fumbled. You threw the ball into the wrong end zone. You went to the defense and you just flipped it off to them because you're thinking, you let them make you think like a sucker. That's what you did. This is embarrassing. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. It's shameful. You're almost 60. Get you a 40-year-old. The world will forgive you for that. There are 40-year-old black women who are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Don't listen to Kevin Samuels was wrong. He said after 35, don't nobody want you. That's bullshit. Black women are beautiful and at any age, but you can find some 40-year-olds that will put a 25-year-old to shame. But yet somehow you out here digging in the garbage, finding OnlyFans models who will set you up because you don't even know if that girl's a spy. She could have been working for the damn CIA. She was moving like an agent. And if you think I'm exaggerating, think about how many black men, how many powerful black men have been brought down over community pussy. Think about how many black men have been brought down due to an inability to control their sexual urges. Think about this. Think about how many thousands of years prostitutes have always been the perfect agents. The KGB, Vladimir Putin used to get prostitutes to go and spy on his enemies. Drug dealers that run gangs. There was a drug dealer in Baltimore who had a fine-ass girlfriend, and she would tell him, I want you to go in the barber shop that he goes to, and I want you to seduce him, wear your tight little outfit, and then get him to come back to your apartment. And as soon as he gets naked, my boy's going to run up in there and kill him. So black men have died from a lack of sexual discipline. This is a fact. Did anyone tell you this? Did anyone break this down for you? I'm not judging your desire for sexual experiences. I don't judge that at all. I'd be a hypocrite if I did. I'm judging the fact that this was not necessary. This is not necessary. And so what I really want us to, we have to stop and think about this. And this is really me confronting the black celebrity culture. This is me confronting the black hip hop culture. This is me confronting the black athlete culture and saying, why can't we have a culture built on black intelligence? Why can't we have a culture built on black male discipline? These guys that play football and basketball are among the most disciplined people I've ever seen when it comes to entertaining white people on the basketball court or on the football field. To be built like an Adonis at 57 years old, that means you're disciplined. That means you're more disciplined than me. You probably eating stuff. I ate some ice cream today. I bet Shannon Sharpe don't eat no ice cream. And I was in the gym for about 45 minutes. He's probably in the gym for a couple hours. I love that. But my concern, my question is, how come we have all this discipline when it comes to playing sports, but we ain't got no discipline when it comes to playing the game of life? Your biggest competitions are not on the football field. They're actually out here in these streets where these people are trying to take you out. Did y'all know? How many of y'all know that African-American men, these are statistics, African-American men have an unemployment rate that's nearly double that of white men, which is why black men have to have their own businesses. No black male should go out into this economy without the ability to start his own business or make investments. This is a fundamental fact. Also, the median wealth of African-American households is about 1/10 of white households. African-American men who are incarcerated, which is unfortunately quite a few of us, we are incarcerated at a rate 5 times greater than white men. African-American men earn 72 cents for every dollar earned by white men. And you can keep going down the list. And what you got to understand is that these economic disparities affect our families. Most men don't want to get married and have a family if they can't even pay the bills. So your ability to provide economically is critically connected to this. And so the one good thing I have to give Shannon credit for, because I don't want to sound like I'm just being hard on him, but I think you should be. I'm sure he had coaches that were hard on him. So maybe you call me Coach Boyce. I have no idea. But The one good thing that he did was he built his own business, and I applaud that. So Shannon ain't gonna get canceled. Shannon is gonna be fine. Club Shay Shay will be there. He's gonna make money from that. The ESPN money is gonna go away. I'm sure there's quite a bit there, but outside of that, he ain't starving. The man ain't gonna go broke. But I just think that this whole idea of giving away all your generational wealth or a big chunk of it to a 21-year-old OnlyFans model, that's just sad. If you tricking away your money, give it to the Black Business School. I've educated millions of Black people around the world. Give it to us. I mean, really, I don't have a nice ass, unless you like men's asses. But even then, I don't even think I have a nice ass for a man, and you can't have it. That belongs to my wife. But really, I mean, if you're gonna go trick away your money, trick it away in donating to Black-owned businesses that are actually doing good for the world. I'm really, if you just dropping millions out here, go find a Black woman that's got some Black sons and daughters that she's raising and drop 10, 20 million on her. I mean, really, this idea that you're losing all this over a lack of sexual discipline it's a problem, and it should be called out, because all Black people, 99% of all Black people never get the opportunities that you get. 99% of all Black boys that dream of playing sports never get to the NFL. 99% of all Black people that know how to operate a podcast don't get the chance to have a Club Shay Shay. 99% of all Black people that have the same abilities that you have as a broadcaster never get a chance to set foot on ESPN. So when one of us gets the opportunity to do this, when one of us who came through our community, who was loved by the Black community, who was nurtured by the Black community, gets a chance to represent on a bigger stage, then you have an obligation, Negro. You might think that it's all about you and your little 21-year-old white girl, but no, you representing all of us to some extent, because all of us, the community, should benefit from the fact that it was the Black community that made you into who you are. So any Black person in here that feels that they have no obligation to anyone other than themselves, or says that Charles Barkley crap about, well, I'm not a role model, I don't owe nothing to nobody. Anybody who talks like that is a complete fool, because the community, the Black community, is the group of people who took care of you before white folks found out who you were. They're the ones who fed you when didn't nobody want you. The Black woman was ready to marry you before you got on TV, but now suddenly you want to go give $20-30 million to OnlyFans models because somehow you think you're different now. I'm not Black, I'm OJ. No, you're not OJ, you're Black. So this situation to me was wasteful. It was very sad. It didn't have to happen. It was financially irresponsible. And I think Shannon knows this, and I'm hoping that he's going to grow from this experience. I mean, this little girl, I mean, she probably thinks she's the smartest person on the planet. Because think about this. Not only did she get 10-20 million from this sucker where she's recording phone calls and all this other stuff, she also probably got another 20,000 subscribers to her OnlyFans, because you done made her the most famous OnlyFans model on the planet. So her generational wealth will be fully intact. All of her, I don't know what's her last name, the Zuniga or whatever, the Zuniga family is going to have massive amounts of generational wealth, because what you engaged in was a wealth transfer. She suckered you out of an insane, ridiculous amount of money. And if she's as smart as she's been so far, she's probably going to own some stock. And by the time she's done, this girl might be worth $500 million because of what you just did, man. You know, I'm sitting there thinking, man, if you're gonna go out here making millionaires, make a Black millionaire. Call me up. I can give $10 million to what we trying to do. I don't even want your money. I don't need your money. That's just like I told Kanye West. I said, man, I don't want your damn money. Don't be talking to me. Don't be talking to me like that with that disrespect. I don't want your money. I said, but I want your money for the community. I'll tolerate this conversation with you because I believe that if you invest in the community in the right way, you can do some amazing things. That's the only reason I'll tolerate this, because I'm a boss. I don't have to listen to anyone, including you, but I'm listening to you because I'm willing to beg you to consider the fact that your community needs you. And this is the racism behind the entertainment space. They get these guys, they put them on these big platforms, and they forget where they come from. Ain't even got no interest in being Black no more. Ain't thinking about nothing but trying to be famous and getting likes and shares on Instagram and getting another $100 million contract. I don't give a damn about your $100 million contract. What are you doing to open doors or create opportunities and possibilities for other people from your community that don't just simply involve saying, I'm going to introduce you to my white boss so you can be an intern at ESPN just like me. Excuse my French, I'm about to cuss. Cover your kids' ears. Fuck you and fuck ESPN. I want to own ESPN. Black people are the ones who should be driving sports anyway. Black people are the ones who got the best athletes. We're the ones who got all the damn talent. A black mother is the only one capable of giving birth to a LeBron James. A black woman is the only one capable of giving birth to a Shaquille O'Neal. Only a black woman can produce a Michael Jordan. You show me one white Michael Jordan. Show me one Chinese Shaquille O'Neal. Show me even a Shannon Sharpe. Only a black woman can give birth to somebody like that. We own the resource. We own the resource. We own the resource, so we should be the ones profiting from this, and not just the Negro on TV, but everybody from the community from which he came. All of the investors in that young black boy should get a return on investment. But we are trained to believe that once you have used the community to build you up, or use the community as a rapper to get your street cred, or use the community to go to football practices and community events with black people, you're supposed to leave black folks behind so you can go hang out with your attorney named Abraham, right? Abraham Lubnick, and go take care of his people. And that's nonsense. And then when they get done using you up, taking all your wealth because they got you acting like a damn sucker, then they dump you back into the black community and say, here, you can have them now. We've used them up. That's not an economic model, black people. And part of the reason that model works is because you accept it. You allow that to happen. You think that that's okay. You just want to sit back and cheer because he's on TV. No. Fuck you, pay me. No, you owe us. We took care. We made you into who you are. We created the raw materials necessary. I know I cussed a lot. I apologize, but I'm going to try not to do that again. But we created the raw materials necessary to mass produce every single one of them Negroes on TV, every single one of those rappers, every single one of those NBA stars, damn near every one of them came out of our community. And I want to ask y'all a simple question. Why is it that you're producing the $1 trillion worth of talent, but your wealth is going down? Y'all answer that question for me. Anybody who disagrees with me, explain that. Riddle me this. How in the hell can a community produce $1 trillion worth of a raw resource and have your wealth going down? Do you know why? I know why. Because I have a PhD in finance. Yeah, I know why. Because you lean on bad culture and very bad, fundamentally flawed economic models. That's why. Because if you were playing the game right, the whole black community would be wealthy or having a median wealth that is going up. But instead, when somebody comes along and tells you the truth, because I've been telling y'all the truth for 25 years, I've been doing it since the 90s. When somebody comes and tells you the truth, you get mad. Oh, you just being a hater. Or, oh, you just being uppity. Or, oh, you need to quit all that. No, I'm not going to quit. Because you need to quit being a sucker. That's what you need to. That's what you quit. I'm not quitting. You should know I've done probably 25,000 of these videos. I ain't quitting. You need to quit because you're losing. They're coming in and they're scooping up your most valuable resource because they got you on what I call the Jackie Robinson protocol. The Jackie Robinson protocol is where we own the Negro leagues. We have black-owned hockey leagues, black-owned soccer leagues, black-owned NASCARs. We had all of that. And they come in there and they came in, they took Jackie Robinson, they stole your most valuable resource and you cheered for it. It's like inviting somebody in the house to rob you. Hey, here's the jewelry's in here. And here, I got a couple dollars in my pocket. Here, take that. I'm honored that you're robbing me, sir. That's what we do. We were honored that they were robbing us. Now, years later, we got some of the most famous, most powerful athletes on earth, got 100 million followers on Instagram, and y'all can't even figure out how to sit down with your scholars and your business people and start a black-owned sports league. They got you that intimidated. I don't even understand it. It blows my mind. I could design the blueprint for you in about 20 minutes, but for some reason, you're like, well, we don't know what to do. We can't start a. What are you talking about? You have fueled the growth of a $100 billion NBA, $100 billion NFL. Roger Goodell can't play football. The NBA commissioner might be like 6'1" and skinny. He can't play basketball. So how is it, process this for me, please. How is it that the people that are producing the babies that are 6'8", 240 pounds don't know how to get to the wealth, but the little short guy who went to Harvard Law School is getting all the money? He ain't shooting no jumpers in the gym. He ain't spending no time in the weight room. He didn't get CTE for playing for the Chicago Bears for 5 years. How did he get all the money and you didn't get no money? I'm going to tell you why. Because your business model is flawed. If you spend as much time learning economics as we spend training our children to become entertainment slaves, then we could take this game over. But in order to do that, you're really going to have to confront toxic economic culture. The toxic economic culture is the reason that all that wealth is going out the window. If you don't fix it, it'll never be fixed, because I'm going to tell you what, the white folks they're going to keep on being white. They're never going to change their protocol. And as long as you allow yourself to be exploited, then the exploitation will continue. It's a two-way street. It's a two-person tango. So before I go, let me mention, to help deal with this.
Okay, and so that's what he had to say with regard to Shannon Sharpe, regarding Shannon Sharpe, and anybody who has that type of mentality and does those behaviors. So you might want to go over to Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel. I believe he does have more than one. Let me go back real quick and see. So he was already advertising drboycefinance.com right there at the bottom of his page. And this was just on Boyce Watkins, Boyce, and then Watkins channel here on YouTube. And there's another channel of his I can't think of, but this is on Boyce Watkins. So yeah, go over to his channel to find more conversations like this. He has different things that you can purchase from him, such as books, books for economic books for you and even for your children. He has all sorts of stuff that you can purchase and participate in. I believe he has some classes and just all sorts of stuff. He has a whole community over there. If you want to get more information on how you can build yourself economically, he would be where you would want to go to find out how you can do that, for sure. So yeah, just wanted to give him his just dues there. And that's about it. I just wanted to bring that over here and kind of spread that message, because I do think a lot of times it is women that do a lot of saying the things that really do need to be said, but it doesn't necessarily get taken in or the proper respect because it's not coming from a guy. And the men, they may even know that it's true, but they can write it off. They can turn away. They don't have to look at it. They don't have to look at themselves because it is coming from a woman who is not a man, who, they can say, oh, you're not a man. You don't know, you know, you don't know a lot of things. You don't know how it is. You don't know how I feel. You don't know who I am. You're not a guy. You're jealous, you're bitter, you want a man that doesn't want you, um, you're ugly, you're too old, you hit the wall. I mean, they'll just find a plethora of things to say about a woman who is trying to tell them this exact same thing. But, when it's coming from a man who is basically, in the same position, Dr. Boyce, I mean, he's around about Shannon Sharpe, same age. He has his own platforms built up to do what he does. He's been doing this for a long time. Uh, you know, I don't think he's married. I don't think he has too many reasons to be jealous of a Shannon Sharpe. And, I think he's just trying to spread the word of what is really going on, like what is really going on when people are doing what they're doing. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off and get out of your way. But I thank you so much for joining me. And make sure you hit the like button, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and drop a comment. Certainly, it's not necessary, but I would like to know, what do you all think about this conversation? All right. Thank you. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.